So, you guys are heading north towards Liam's Hold, and I'm assuming you're gonna stick to the woods as much as possible, right? So that the ranger
Yep,
can lead
so
the
we can
way.
move faster.
Yep. Okay. So, under the cover of night, excuse me again. Under the cover of night, the party continues on their way, and as you move through the woodlands, you find that it is a relatively pleasant night. High trade meet being a celebratory day for all the land. You hear as you pass by several wagons and caravans, excuse me, that have set up for the night. Discussion on wares and mercantile things, and how they can make a little money here and there. It's just a good time by all. But eventually, you pass by these travelers and you make it to the wildlands, where it's just you and the woodlands and whatever creatures may be lying in wait or watching. As you continue along, I would like everyone to give me a perception roll.
We're on foot, right?
Yeah.
Yep, everyone.
Can I try to slip in the shadows?
Well, since we're traveling in group, unless the whole party wants to go in stealth, it won't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on the roll, well, actually, half of you succeeded, so no need for anyone else to roll. As you're traveling along, you find that there is a crunching and gnawing and gnashing sound, and you're quiet enough that you can get through and see through a break in the woods. You see an owlbear is shuffling along, chomping down on some unlucky soul, and it hasn't yet noticed your presence. What do you do?
uh,
I look at Reaver and I'm like,
oh, man.
Yeah.
Are we able to tell who
Welcome back.
or what kind of creature that the owlbear is, mauling and eating on?
From your vantage point, you may be able to if you give me an investigation roll.
Is this something I can see
Yeah,
as
we
well?
can all see this.
Yes.
No, I can't. Helmet's in the way.
Yeah, I guess with that roll, that is true.
No, it's that cartoon thing where his
Oh
helmet
yeah,
falls down right.
yeah.
in
He
his
goes
eyes,
to look,
just
and the
starts
helmet
looking.
slips and covers his eyes at that moment.
The visor just keeps going down.
Yeah.
Like, stop it, stay up.
Oh, my fault for getting a nice, comfortable salad instead of a sturdy great helm.
Okay, so it looks like that. Um, Actually, it looks like that Julixus was the only one that could recognize the details. You see that the person appears to be a human, not one that you recognize. It appears to just be a woodsman and a hunter. You see that his crossbow and a sack of furs have just been tossed to the side, and currently the human male is just lying with his eyes open, staring at the canopy of the trees as the owlbear has its meal. So it looks to be a commoner hunter.
I look at Reaver and I'm like, Hunter, he lost. Albert's just having a meal. I don't feel like interrupting him. How about you, Reaver?
No, it is not something important that we should take our matter in with, but I still feel it's as though that.
And there's a sack of fur next to him too. So I think that's pretty
Yes,
fair, right
it
there.
can be worth something that we can use towards funding our businesses with the fort.
True. Can you tame the owlbear maybe? And that you just want the stuff, and that it can like continue its meal, but like let us get that stuff.
I can certainly try.
I mean, I got your back, bro. I pat him on the back.
Besides
and I shove him out there.
that,
Wait, you do what?
I shove Reaver out there, and I'm like, good luck, buddy.
Okay, give me a opposed athletics roll.
What's opposed mean?
Basically, you're both rolling.
Yeah.
Let's see who rolls.
I got a pretty good roll, so. Never mind. He got a
Good
natty.
Well,
I was about to say the only way he's gonna beat me is he rolls a natty, and before I could say he rolls a natty.
that is amazing. All right, so let me go ahead and pull you guys to the map.
By the way, I posted a picture of the owl bear.
Yeah, they're
what it
pretty.
looks like.
They can look pretty nasty. However, taming it would be awesome.
They're apparently exceptionally aggressive and they kill anything that's in their
That they
territory.
can, yeah.
Uh-oh.
There is a very limited chronicle boon in Organized Pathfinder that allows a cavalier to exchange their standard horse mount for an owl bear mount.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Scary.
All right.
I'm not sure if it was a cosmetic change or a full-on you have an owl bear as your mount.
I think it's a full-on owlbear because I know what you're talking about. But all right, so as Reaver is shoved out of the bushes, the owlbears. I'm sorry, what were we gonna say?
Can I get my crossbow out and load a poison-tipped bolt?
You certainly can.
And I do it like nonchalantly, like just in case. I have no intention of using it.
And as Jalexis pushes Reaver out, Lafa looks over to him and goes, "Really?"
Meanwhile, the owlbear looks up, sees Reaver and Scout, and kind of howls and snarls and pads the ground, crunching the body's head with his front foot, ignoring it for a moment. It's not charging towards you, but it's definitely aware of you, and it doesn't seem very happy. What do you do?
I want to roll animal handling and see if I can use my ranger skills to calm the beast.
Okay. You will be at disadvantage, though. Would you like to spend your inspiration?
Yeah, let's go ahead and spend inspiration. Why not?
Okay. Go for it, and let's see what you do. Okay. Sadly, that's going to be the 8, and that will not succeed. You make some noises and whistle to the creature, and though the creature is not offended enough to charge, the creature is definitely not impressed. It takes a movement towards you, and stops. What are the rest of you doing?
Thanos is he's gonna give a very nasty glare to Jalixis, get his ball out, and get ready to move up.
I tell everyone, like, if things go south, I'll put it to sleep.
If things go south, I'll put you to sleep.
No, I mean not to sleep. I mean, I have knockout stuff right now. I'm just trying to see if Reaver can actually.
Yeah, I do too. Mine weighs about
Reaver
8
looks
pounds.
back.
you sir are a little bit too violent and keep quiet.
Reaver
right?
like quickly over like his shoulder back at them says, "I believe things have already already started going south."
You can back off just as easily right now, and it won't chase us. Just
Owl bears. Wait, do I know anything about owl bears?
Give me a nature roll.
Yeah, but I'm gonna roll as
Can
well,
I
just
roll
being
too?
the ranger.
Yeah, anybody can roll.
I know that they are half owl and half bear.
This
and
is
all
true. They
pissed
are very
off.
pissed off normally.
Yep.
I don't know. nothing.
So let's see the rolls.
That's
it
fucking
looks like-
hilarious that the goddamn creature from the Underdark knows more about owl bears than I do.
hey, I'm a well-versed creature of this land, right? I'm like,
He
as long as
he reads
I'm
books.
Well, at least the ranger rolled the highest for
Okay.
the nature roll, so that makes sense.
So, both of you that rolled above 15 have understand that the owlbears are consummate predators and they are ferocious. They will, if they've just fed, then they're less prone to attack first. But it will be very easy to flip the switch. However, they are trainable if you can somehow get them to calm down. They are very difficult to train. You would require time, food, and a little bit of luck.
I whispered to Reaver, do you want to try for it or not?
Oh, and one other thing. Elven communities actually very commonly allow them to range around in the on the forest floor level of their treetop cities as natural defenders.
So Reaver, if you want to try, I'll back you up. If it goes south, we can put it to sleep and then bounce out. I'm not down for killing it, but
Agreed.
he looks like a cool. But he
Agreed.
looks like a cool friend.
If we can tame him and train him, it would be a very good boon for defenses of our fort. But yes, I am not one for wanting to kill this creature either.
Do you think if we shoot an arrow at the body that it would like that? No, it wouldn't.
I don't know. It's like, would you enjoy it if someone shot an arrow at your body?
Well, no. I mean, the way I would think of it is like I wouldn't like it if someone shot an arrow into the chicken I was eating.
How about we don't do anything aggressive, and if we wish to leave the owlbear alone, we depart now.
Do you think if I hit it with some sleepy time poison that it might be more susceptible to your effects? Oh, it's getting closer. Reaver, make a
Yes,
decision.
if you can manage to get it with your sleep poison, it should make it easier for me to calm the beast and tame it.
Okay, I'm going to basically clown it since I can dodge a lot and hit it with the poison, maybe tire it out. You guys back me up, Reaver, spread out, and I'm gonna go out to the right.
Okay.
And
So
I wanna from concealment shoot the owlbear with the knockout poison.
okay. Since you are in concealment and it's actually let's find out. Give me a stealth roll.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Nope.
No, it knows you're.
Nope, it's aware of you as you start to move, so you don't get advantage. We can still shoot it.
Can I use inspiration? What was that? Do I still have like a?
You'd have
So, yeah,
to.
you have inspiration. You have to call it before you roll it, though. So, do you want to use inspiration to shoot it?
Yeah.
Go for it. Make your roll, and I'll tell you if you succeed.
Do I just roll or?
Yeah, just make an attack roll. It'll show two results, and we'll take the higher one.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay. So, he's gonna take that's 10 points of damage. And he has to make a saving throw. I believe that it's Constitution save, right?
Yeah, it was 13 or something.
All
He's
right,
a fucking
13.
bear, so it's
And,
got a shit ton of concentration.
and apparently he goes unconscious.
Oh my god, you rolled that
Nice.
one?
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, Reaver, do your thing.
Rafa stands up out of the bush and looks at him and was like, I'm surprised that worked.
Ye of little face.
I planned this all along.
I go over to the spoils of my war. Well, I kind of like keep my distance from the owlbear, you know. Like when it starts to wake up, be really nice to it, okay? Let's just empty let's clean up this meal. Let's strip it and then maybe put some seasoning on it and put it right
I
back.
push the legs away from the body and goes, do not desecrate his
Yes.
body.
If
any
anything,
further."
we should give this.
And I-
This is nature. This is his meal. Let him finish.
This is somebody's father.
I interject and I say, if
Son.
anything, I believe Thanos, our paladin, should bless the body, and we should give this body a proper burial rather than leave it like this.
Okay.
So
But we have to find
Yeah,
another meal for
I'll-
the owlbear.
The owlbear will find a meal on its own. I would have preferred to dispense some justice to this owlbear, but nature will take its course. I'll handle the body as long as this owlbear stays asleep for a couple of minutes.
So Lafa kneels down along with Thanos to look over the body, and he kind of looks over the man to see if there's anything on him that might indicate where he came from or where he's from.
Yes, it looks like that. Apparently, the man came from the. Let me look at my notes. Here we go. It looks like that he's from one of the farmlands outside of Shimmergate, judging by his manner of clothing and the colors he's using. He's a little bit far out of the way for hunting, but looking at his supplies and stuff, it looks like that he was actually just preparing for travel and camping. Um, the pack of furs has 6 high quality wolf pelts and 2 squirrels that haven't been dried or tanned yet. And on him himself, he has the crossbow with 16 bolts and a pouch with 7 silver.
So I will take that pouch and the wolf pelts, and I put them in the bag of holding. And then I nod to Thanos and goes, "Looks like this man is from the farmlands just around Shimmergate." And Lava takes a moment, and let me see if I have a spell here.
I kind of look at the guy in disgust on the ground for having wolf pelts. I like wolves.
Meanwhile, Reaver, what are you doing?
I will reach into my pouch and pull out some meats I have to have ready in case the owlbear awakens.
I toss Reaver the squirrels.
Reaver will take those and keep those at the ready as well to feed the owlbear and try to attempt to tame it should it wake up.
Okay.
So I will. So since I don't have anything to try and like take this dude's face or anything like that, like to show people around, like to find his next of kin, I nod to Thanos and I say, "All right, let's bury the body," and I help him carry it off to bury it.
Okay, Thanos, you can give me a religion check for your rights.
Spell list is too long.
Okay. You perform the rites of Tyr for a brave soul that has passed, and you perform them as such that you feel enlightened almost as if Tyr himself were commending the zeal of your faith. In effect, you can grant one ally for the next 24 hours inspiration, which doesn't count against. Basically, you can give somebody inspiration for the next 24 hours.
Do I pick now?
No, you when you want to use it, but it wears out after a day, so use it or lose it.
So I have 1 day to inspire someone, and then they'll have to use it shortly thereafter.
Yeah, basically, if they say I'm going to do this, you can say take inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just me and Jalixis have already spent our inspiration, so just as a note.
Well,
Yeah. So then the two, Latharlan and Thanos, take the body away and give it its proper burial. That'll take about a half hour, and the owlbear is apparently still asleep. So after that's done, what does the rest of the party do?
Well, if we're waiting for the bear to wake up, Lafa will put himself here.
yeah, I'll hide in the bushes here. Can I make an investigation in the area, see where the hunter came from, or what?
You can.
Lafa's just gonna tuck under this tree and just kind of wait for Reaver to do his thing. You know, eating some rations as this goes on, relaxing.
Okay. On the 12, you see that apparently the was roaming. It looks like that he was on his way back because you see that there are tracks with his similar footprints about 3 days old heading up towards the north, and the most recent tracks were heading back. So apparently he had ventured out some considerable distance and he was coming back for some reason. Additionally, you do see that there was a similar set of footprints that headed up but never came back down. Apparently, he traveled back. He traveled to the north with someone, but he traveled back alone.
I kind of wander over to Lafa, point at the boot tracks, and I kind of whisper, like, "Hey, does that look odd to you?"
Lafa kind of looks over and he doesn't really see what Julius is pointing at. It's like, I see footprints. What are you asking?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Lafa stares a little bit longer and goes, "Oh, he had a companion."
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So what happened?
perhaps the same thing that happened to him. They were hunting wolves after all.
Okay. And at that point, the owlbear kind of shuffles and growls as it appears to be waking up. It's pushing itself to its feet, but then it notices Reaver, and it snarls, and it's the hair on its back starts to bristle up. What do you do?
Reaver will toss some of the squirrel to the owlbear, see if it takes it. Basically, I'm gonna re-roll animal handling again.
Okay. Animal handling, and the advantage is negated by the disadvantage, so make it roll. Okay. So, the owlbear seems calmed by your gift of two squirrels, and it stares at you with one eye as it snatches up the bodies with its beak and starts chewing on the squirrels. It takes a shuffling step back. What do you do?
uh, I will reach out with one hand towards it and try to calm the beast and tell it to come with us, essentially. I will make it feel safe.
Go ahead. Okay. Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh boy.
Okay. The owlbear looks at your hand, and for a moment, it seems to understand what you're asking, but you're just not quite able to get through to the beast. The beast looks and is aware that he is surrounded and that a rare mercy was given to it. So the beast looks ready to wander to the west, away from the party. Does the party allow him?
Yeah, I just walk out into the open and then casually say to Reaver, I'm like, well, you tried. You want a hunter's market? That way we can find it in case we need his help later on. Or we can lead some bad guys into him.
uh, I could place my hunter's mark on it, but I do not feel we will be back within an hour to find it again.
True. Well, what now, fellas?
Well, I would suggest we let the Albar go on its way, and then we shall be on our way as to ourselves.
Darn. That would have been a nice pet for the fort. I really suspect that place is going to be attacked while we're gone.
I agreed. It would have
I
been
doubt the
a
creature
good
would have been
companion to
too
have,
well.
but we will let nature continue on its way.
Okay. Which direction are we in now?
You're continuing on your way to
Correct.
Liam's hold, correct? Okay. So,